Hey, Road Warriors, it's Bob with checking in. Just want to talk about my in room coffee and your in room coffee when you're staying in the hotel room. So, uh, what do I have to say about it? Don't drink the coffee. That's not a warning, that's just my personal opinion, okay? I've never tried a coffee in the room that I really cared for, that tasted really great, or that I really enjoyed. So, uh, if the coffee is no good, what good is the coffee maker? Well, there's a couple good uses for them coffee makers, and I just want to fill you in on what I think are the better uses for the coffee makers than making coffee, or at least making delicious coffee, right? So let's go over to the coffee maker, and I'm going to switch screens. So we're going to go right to the coffee maker here. Ah, there it is. Okay, so I'm staying at Hampton Inn by Hilton tonight, and they usually give a really good quality um, coffee maker setup, and this doesn't disappoint what they gave me in my room for tonight. So I brought out so they have two different coffees, decaf and regular. They have these cute little, where are they, right here? These cute little coffee koozies, hand protectors for the hot cups, and four insulated cups, four lids, the coffee maker itself. So this is a single serve coffee maker. The instructions are right here inside the lid for either making a single serve cup of coffee or just making hot water. Works the same. This hotel has the disposable coffee filter cups, which is really nice. You know, you're not getting the same old washed up one from every other hotel guest. Um, And let's see, what do we have for condiments? So this little condiment pack has coffee cream, sweet and low. There's a napkin and a stir stick in there, so that would be good for at least one decent cup of coffee. And a lot of times there are offerings for tea bags or something in here, but there's not for today. Um, so if I'm saying don't drink the coffee, it's not worth it. What am I using this coffee maker for? So even though I don't enjoy the coffee that they have here in the room, I could and I have brought my own Keurig K-Cups because a lot of the hotels provide K-Cup coffee makers, single serve coffee makers, or Keurig, I should say Keurig, or the type that take the K-Cups. So I've carried K-Cups in my luggage with me while I'm traveling, especially with my pickup truck. It doesn't really matter if I bring that stuff with me. It's just going in my bag in the back of the truck versus going on an airplane, bringing food and that sort of stuff. They don't airplanes don't security doesn't necessarily care for bringing your own coffees and stuff with you, but anyway, so there's that because this is typical of what I get with a lot of single serving, but I also get the units that have the K-Cups, um, K-Cup coffee makers. Uh, and they are good for making coffee. So they are sometimes good for making coffee if I brought my own coffee that I prefer. Um, Additionally, they're good for making coffee, and I'll use these to make coffee. But I'm not making coffee to drink it. I'm making coffee to smell it, right? Because even though I have a really good clean room, uh, sometimes the rooms can carry an odor, something you just can't see. It's just something in the air. It could be food from another room or the air conditioner. I'm looking at the air conditioner right here. It's getting to be spring and summertime now. So air conditioners run, there's moisture dripping from the air conditioners, and you get a little musty smell. So how do you kill that? Brew yourself a cup of coffee. Nice strong cup of coffee. You can brew one or two cups. It'll fill up your room with the comforting smell of fresh brewed coffee. And you don't have to wait till the morning when they start making fresh coffee down in the lobby. to enjoy it. So that's one use. The other use for these coffee makers, if you're not going to use, and I'm not going to recommend that you use these, what they provide for coffee, is just simply for making hot water. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, but I've had some allergies and a little bit of a cold working on me this last week, and I've needed a good cup of tea. So I do carry tea bags with me in my truck and in my bag sometimes, and making a nice hot cup of water just for making a nice cup of tea in the room makes it feel so much more like home, and it just helps. So what's the coffee maker good for? Making coffee. Obviously, bring your own coffee if you travel so much that that's convenient for you. Otherwise, I recommend brew the coffee, make the room smell better. The lobby, down in the lobby, they're already cooking coffee down there on a regular basis. So we'll switch back here. so the hotel's already making fresh coffee for you down in the lobby, and they always provide that. It's always there, and it's usually 24 hours a day. If you're staying in a hotel, a bigger hotel or a bigger chain hotel, you're typically in an area that's more populated anyhow. So more populated areas, you can't kick a can without hitting a coffee shop, right? So there's usually much better fresh brewed coffee within minutes of the hotel versus what you find down in the lobby and especially in the rooms. So I have a favorite hotel coffee. It's from Cambria Sweets. Although I can't think of what the brand name is now. Something with a little lion on it. So, but I do like that coffee. And I do like using these little single serve makers to freshen up the room. I like the smell of coffee, and even if that's all it's doing for me is giving me the smell of coffee. I also like using it. You can hear my voice cracking. To help my voice when I need a good hot cup of tea. So there will typically be tea bags, a selection of tea and tea bags in your hotel lobby where they're making their fresh coffee. So if you don't have any with you, you might be lucky enough to find something good in the hotel lobby, and you can make it there. They usually have hot water right there. You can make it, or you can make it right here in your room if you have your tea with you. So that's my advice. Don't drink the coffee. There are so many much better options for what you can do for coffee other than right here in the room. And with that tip, I'm gonna stop talking. I hope you have a good night. I think I'm gonna have a good night, or vice versa. And thanks for checking in.